The manufacturing industry in Pakistan never disappoints. In order to produce affordable tractor sheep's feet, their workshops have set their sights on the scrap recycling station. These various scrap parts, in the eyes of the old garbage collector, they are all hot treasures. In order to make better use of these bulk parts, the master will separate the shaft through a hydraulic press. The main purpose is to classify different materials. The same materials are divided into one piece, and the subsequent processing will be more convenient. These piles of disassembled rotor cores, they will also use hydraulic presses to squeeze and cut. If it is not a complete core, it can be crushed and crushed. Such raw materials are the form they need. Then we come to the important gluing link. The workers will melt the fragments into molten iron and pour the molten iron directly into the mold. This machine is also fully automatic, which is also very rare in Pakistan. At this time, the leather material that is formed by gluing and cut in equal proportions will be stretched 3 times through their shaping machine, so that the leather material with too large exterior can be gradually reduced. To reduce the difficulty of subsequent air hammer braking, such long strips are not suitable for braking. People will also use this ancient extruder to cut the long strips of drapes in equal proportions. The drapes of the sections are the weight required for a ram's horn. After the drapes are of uniform length, the initial production and processing can be carried out in one step. However, if you want to reshape the drapes, it must be heated at high temperature in the braking furnace. After the drapes are heated to the critical point of the temperature, they will be stretched to the basic prototype according to the approximate length of the ram's horn by the puller. When placed on a special mold, the force of the pressurizer will squeeze the leather, but the leather in sections will not be completely accurate. The extended scraps must be pressurized and removed. At this time, a qualified wool batch is obtained. Although its appearance is good, the existing accuracy does not meet the standard for use, so their lathes are still needed to directly cut and remove the wool characters on the surface, which can not only make the surface of the ram's horn more shiny, but also make the overall data more accurate. This is the effect processed by a master craftsman. However, because the tail of the sheep's foot needs a force shaft connection, when a standard hole is needed for fixing, their high-end fully automatic drilling machine is required. As long as the tube is cut enough, a satisfactory force shaft opening can be obtained. For Lua Wen, which needs to be tightened with the tire rope, they will directly use the swing teeth to make the company at the shaft head. This not only improves the processing efficiency, but also all the teeth will not have any errors. For these semi-finished force shafts, the master will also use their high-end equipment for heat treatment. The vertical shaft of the type is brittle to increase the hardness. The bearing strength of the vertical shaft will be higher. After the surface temperature is completely cooled, the final assembly process can be carried out. The vertical shaft is embedded in the hole through the downward pressure of the hydraulic press. However, in order to prevent the vertical shaft from shifting in angle, the workers will also use the foot teeth for comparison and measurement. After all, this is related to whether the tire is eaten. Although the sheep's foot can be used now, how to preserve it is the most important issue in the future. Considering that the thread on the sheep's foot is the most fragile, in order to wrap and isolate the thread, the clever master uses a guillotine to cut the water pipe into small sections. In this way, a simple protective cover can be made to prevent the friction during transportation from damaging the threads. For the rust on the surface of the sheep's feet, they will apply a large amount of engine oil on the surface, which can achieve a certain anti-rust effect. The wrapped protective film can also prevent the oil from leaking out. What do you think of the sheep's feet produced in this way?